Hello, my badass boys and badass babes. It is your favorite B-A-double-D bad girl, the Black Heels herself, Virgo the Vixen. And as always, hit those likes and subscribe buttons wherever they're at. I gotta tell you, been trying to avoid this topic for a while because of how scary it is, but by the description below, today are going to be talking about something that is truly, at least in my opinion, more terrifying than Freddy Krueger or Jason Voorhees or Paying the Tax Man. We call that Family Portrait Day, all right? So today we're going to be talking about family portraits, in my opinion, why it is one of the biggest jokes. It is a day of traumatization where therapy cannot handle it, but some therapists can, but well, that's a debate for another day. So let's focus on what I think of Family Portrait Day. Okay, I gotta tell you, this is my view on it, and I'm trying to keep it in because I really want to go off, but I'm going to do it in a very more sensible way. First of all, to me, Family Portrait Day is a joke. And why do I say it's a joke? It's a day when a family, I love this, gets dressed up. They get dressed up in their best outfits, and some of them do themed ones, and I'll save that warning for a little bit later. There's a story I'll tell you about a themed, family photo that didn't go so well. I'll tell that story later on in the video. But this is when they get together, supposed to look nice and look like they're actually a normal family. And then they'll display the picture somewhere in their home where everyone can see, hey, we're actually a normal family and not a bunch of weirdos like, you know who we are. You know, we're a bunch of weirdos, so please don't think we're that. Instead, think of us as this nice, normal family. That's what the picture is supposed to represent. And I gotta tell you, you don't want Family Picture Day. I would just, take some nice pictures of your family, something kind, something together, just like at a family barbecue, get your friends, your family together. Or if you just want your family together, just take a picture then, because I guarantee you, number one, that's going to look good. Number two, it's going to be authentic, because if, let's just say, a spouse loves to drink, they're going to be holding a beer in the family photo when they're out with, like, say, a barbecue. In a family picture, where's the beer? There's nothing there. There's nothing there that says they have any vices or anything. They look model. They look perfect, which is a total lie. And on this day, I think is traumatization. So let me kind of shorten that rant down. All right. Family Portrait Day is fake. We bring out our best for just the illusion that we're normal. Now, every family has one smart ass, like this smartass, for example. Okay, I want to tell a story what happened on when my mother decided we need to do a family picture day, okay? I'm a smartass, okay? And if you haven't guessed that yet, well, I'm sorry. I guess I didn't do a good enough job. But anyways, so my younger version, myself, my family, my sisters, we go there. It's time for Family Picture Day. I am not in the mood to take a picture with my family. Why? Because I'm a smart-ass little kid. I mean, who wants to take a picture with their family? And I gotta tell you, folks, babies know this, okay? There's a reason why babies get grumpy, angry, and emotional. They can sense how stupid this is. Even an infant under the age of 2 years old knows that this is a bad idea. The photographer has to wave a teddy bear or wave a bunch of candy to get it calm down enough, because we've all heard those families, or we've been in those situations where the infant is the only rational human being. And I'm not kidding you on this. They're trying to warn us that, hey, this is a dumb ass idea and we need to stop. But let me go back to my story. Okay, so I might have ruined one, maybe two picture days of when my family was trying to do this. Okay, what did I do the first time? Okay, like I said, I'm a young girl being a total smartass. All right. And so I decided to do some goofy looking smiles and all that. The photographer wasn't happy because I was goofing off, did some crazy eyes, some goofy smiles. I didn't throw up any gang signs. There's a couple pictures I've seen at people's homes where they were throwing up gang signs. Just saying, not good. But anyways, at least they were honest. All right, so and that kind of got me into trouble. actually not kind of got me in trouble. It really got me into a lot of trouble. I got a great ass whooping after the family picture day for that shit. But the one that the one that really got me into trouble, and if that wasn't bad enough, I don't know why, but we decided to redo this like several years when I'm a teenager, and we just wanted something more modern because the other one just wasn't fitting, the how can we say, the aesthetics of the children now that we're growing up. And so in the middle of the photo shoot, I I yell out at the top of my lungs, "My mother stinks like 3-day-old fish." I'm not proud of what I said, but the photographer stopped and didn't even take the picture. Everyone was looking at me like I just, what? How can I put this politely? Like I just ripped a fart in church. I might as well have ripped a fart in church after what I said. Oh yeah, did I get in trouble? Holy shit, did I get in trouble? Let's just say for the next month, I was housebound. The picture was taken without me because they wanted to have a normal family. That's how bad it was, okay? I'm just saying. My mother was not happy with me at that moment. Now, for the rest of you, maybe your, how can we say, family portrait or family picture day is not nearly as traumatic as mine. And I really hope to God it wasn't. But I promised you another story about how themed picture days or family picture days can be bad. I've seen family picture days where, like they did, like for example, I have a friend who claims he is from, or like say his bloodline is from Scotland, okay? And here he is, he has the fur, he has the kilt, he has some like bagpipes. He and his whole family are dressed like that, and they look really cute. And I kind of question him, I go, "Are you sure your family's from Scotland?" And he goes, "Why?" I go, "Because I know your mother and father, okay? And they're from Seoul, Korea, okay? I know them personally. They're great people. They're successful. How the hell are you Scottish again? Again, can you tell me that?" But to be fair, that picture looked amazing. I mean, he did look good. So I kind of waiting for the answer of how he's Scottish. But I gotta tell you, for a guy who, doesn't look Scottish, he looked really Scottish in the picture. And his family looked great. So kudos, I guess. Now, I gotta tell you, the one themed that didn't go well, okay? So if some families do cultural things, to reflect their culture, their history. But this one, I gotta tell you, this is the bad part when you're doing themed or culture. Okay, first of all, if you're not part of that culture, I don't advise it. It's not politically sound. Plus, it doesn't look good. All right, my friend's the exception, but I gotta admit he did look good. So, but anyways, if you're gonna go culture, do something that fits your culture to reflect your culture. All right. If you're gonna do something themed, now I've seen some photos on the internet where they did like a Simpsons themed one, which is kind of cute, not too bad. They had, the kid, like one of the kids dressed like Bart, one like Lisa. They didn't have a baby, so they kind of kicked that one out. They had Marge and Simpson. So I've seen some great themed family photos. With that being said, I have a friend whose family photo, he didn't tell me he was doing this. And I learned about it afterwards, and here's what happened, okay? He and his wife love Star Wars, okay? Nothing wrong with that. They wanted to do Star Wars themed. They have 3 children. Ages at that time were 6, 4, and 2. All right, that's how they planned it out. And so there's a couple years between, because thank God for that. All right, so here's their idea. So they're going to dress the kids like Ewoks. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's kind of cute. But for the record, to me, an Ewok is and I've seen this meme, and I'm going to use this meme. I can't remember where I've seen it from. But basically, the meme says this, that Ewoks are just Care Bears that got hooked on cocaine and or crack and now are living on the streets homeless. Okay, it kind of fits. But anyway, so they're cute. They're, dressed up like these little Ewok suits. They look kind of nice and cute. Fits the theme. the wife is dressing as Leia. You know, she has her hair done up, this white gown. She's holding a lightsaber. Okay, pretty cool. The husband is dressed up like Luke Skywalker. You know, he's dressed up, has the lightsaber. Picture looks good. Now, for those of you who follow Star Wars, you have probably already guessed where I'm going with this. Those of you who aren't big Star Wars fans or don't care about Star Wars or never seen Star Wars probably missed the blatant, how can we say this? What I'm just going to be polite and just say the obvious mistake that they made. Okay, when my friend showed me this picture, like I said, the photography work was done. It was excellent work. I'm not saying anything bad about that. I'm not saying anything bad about the photographer. I'm just saying it was a bad idea for her to dress as Leia, him to dress as Luke, and here's the reason why. If you haven't watched Star Wars, and like I said, don't know anything about it, Luke and Leia are brother and sister. So let's recap. At this point, we are going down straight to Alabama territory at this point. So basically, your family photo is of brother and sister together who have adopted 3 Ewoks. Now do you see the problem? Let me just say this. As soon as I pointed this little detail out, did my friend say, you know what, you're right, we need to do this? Nope. Their philosophy was, yep, we don't care. And I just have to be honest with him. I go, I'm not going to be the only one who's going to point this out. And sure enough, several members of his family pointed out, several friends pointed out, and apparently after enough, how can we say, individuals expressing their concern about the imagery of this, that they decided to change it up. And how did they change it up? Oh, God. I wish I could make this part up. All right. So, no problem. They dress the kids like little Padawan learners. Okay? Cool. Great. All right. So, he is dressing like Han Solo. Okay. Not a problem. All right. Okay. Oh, God. I really... Okay. All right. I just wish I could make this up. All right. He's dressed like Luke Skywalker. All right. I wish she didn't go with Leia. She went with Kylo Ren, which is the new character, which is not too terrible, but it kind of like, okay, you know, you're dating your student over here kind of vibe, which really isn't the best thing, but okay, it's better than dating your sister. So, let's recap. First of all, family picture day, whatever you want to call it, to me is just traumatic. It's bad. You try to avoid it. And if you're going to do like a family picture, do it someplace natural. Like I said, at a family barbecue, where it does reflect who your family is. Take a picture and just own it. Hey, if your family's a bunch of weirdos, own it. Don't lie about it. Don't try to pretend your family's normal. Own it. Second of all, you're going to do something cultural. Make sure it fits your culture, not someone else's, just to be in good taste. And the third thing is, if you're going to do themed pictures, by God, do your damn research, because if you're going to end up with something like I just given the example of, you kind of get what you deserve. So my badass boys and badass babes, who's your vixen? Bye-bye.